Good evening, everyone. It's the Club Racing UK podcast in association with Silver Lake Automotive Recycling. If you're in the South Coast area and need bits for your race car, or if you are just in a quandary with bits for your race car, get yourself onto Silver Lake Automotive Recycling at silverlake.co.uk and get some approved quality used race car parts for your race car.
Who doesn't need race car parts?
I bloody do, I'll tell you that. I think everyone does, to be fair. It's that point in the season where things start to break. A couple of races in.
I'll see, it's not even started yet.
Pretty much. Right, good evening, gentlemen. As you can see today, we've got a bit more of a laid-back show, and we've got a wonderful guest with us. You'd have seen on Instagram is at Audi_Club Racer. It's Jonny Berry. Good evening, Jonny.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, Jonny.
Good evening.
Right, guys, we're going to have to stop it there, according to Matt Clary. Stop the podcast. He forgot his biscuits.
Oh, come on, man.
How can you forget
Everybody
biscuits?
knows Wednesday night, biscuits, and us, beautiful people.
Exactly. Jason Stone, Alex Bohm, Nick Prawn, Ambassador Vaughan.
Alert.
And Toby Owen Racing, formerly of Gridfinder. We'll be talking about you guys in a bit, actually. So good evening, guys. We've got a bit more of a laid-back podcast tonight because, to be honest, we just wanted to look at a bit more of the racing that's been going on, in particular over the bank holiday.
Yeah.
Bank holiday weekend, there was some wonderful racing going on. A little bit more of an in-depth look into it. And to be honest, just catch up with this man, Jonny, as he starts his racing journey, which has come with some difficulties, let's be honest. But he is going to be here. He's going to tell us all about it. He is going to bear all. And we're going to tell him it's not all that bad. There's about 3% glory and the rest of it's hers.
Yeah.
Is that the statistic?
Yeah, something like that.
To be fair, I was always told when I did my ARDS test with the motorsport school, Mel there did say that motorsport is 10% fun, 90% misery. And to be fair, I don't think she's far wrong off that as a statistic.
One day we'll show that 10%.
Yeah. One day.
I'm sure we will at one point. So without further ado, I think it is time for the news/race roundup.
Let's do it.
We do like a nice jazz groove on the show. A few audio listeners, I hope that was pleasing. First of all, Nick, before we start, what pizza are you having tonight?
I have got, it's a honey roast salami, Chicago town. I've got to say, it's the bomb.
It is the bomb. Have you got a stuffed crust going on there, or is it just
standard?
Crust?
Stuffed crust. Oh, we got to have a stuffed crust.
You got to have a stuffed crust. Okay,
but it's got tomato. It's got tomato in it. It's good.
Oh man, that's bullshit. Cheese stuffed crust. That's the only acceptable pizza.
If they did this with the cheesy stuffed crust, this would be the ultimate pizza. But they don't. So
I thought, we'll tell you what. If you are listening/watching tonight, get your comments in now. What stuffed crust do you like on your pizza? And if you don't like pizza, go away.
What is wrong with you?
Fair.
Matt Clary, he's got his biscuits now. And they are nice biscuits, or nice biscuits, what the hell you call them. I don't.
No one eats them.
They're literally.
Well, Matt maybe do, but he'd do well in my house. I eat the rest of them, but the nice biscuits, they're definitely the last ones to get eaten.
There we go. Luke Rainbird comments this morning, this evening as well. Pizza Crew represent. Michael Evangeli, 5W30 stuffed crust. That's a very good point. If you are working on your car, you know, it will say that 10% of the oil that you handle with your hands will end up in your stomach with your lunch, especially if you take a packed sandwich as well. So, right.
Well, you've got to lubricate the body as well.
You have got to lubricate the body. That's a very good point. The first bit of news, sort of roundup, we just want to remind everyone, obviously, there is a 24-hour race coming up on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of May. It is the BRSCC Silver Lake Automotive Recycling Citroen C124.
Oh, you nearly said it.
I nearly said 2CV.
You did.
Now, last episode, you've just seen the massive list of everything they are doing for the marshals. They've got stuff like a 50 quid fuel voucher for the weekend. They've got food and drink provided throughout. They've got welfare hubs for all the marshals, a dedicated welfare team, 500 quid cash raffle draws. They've got ARDS test prizes, track day prizes, rally stage prizes, commemorative gifts. They've got the absolute bloody work. So well done again to the BRSCC and the C1 Racing Club for providing that. And that is something everyone is going to be looking forward to.
100%. That's going to be mega.
100%. The Civic
I wish
Challenge
I'd signed up as a marshal now, more than a racer.
Civic Challenge joins us this evening. I assume that'll be Mr. John Peerless. Good evening, John.
Good evening,
Nick
team.
Cornford. It's all about the double decadence from Domino's.
Ah.
I've heard about that, but I've never had it.
Oh, see, I did, and I actually got a free pizza from Domino's because of that pizza, because they didn't put enough of the garlic mayo stuff that they put in the middle. So it was like eating 2 pieces of cardboard.
Tuesday.
Yeah, but they didn't put enough in there, so I complained, and they gave me a 30 quid voucher. I was like, woohoo, free pizza.
What is it about you and blagging constant bloody freebies? You're even doing it with the pizzas.
Some people have got a natural talent for these things.
I'm like a modern day Gal boy.
Yeah, yes, Jonny Berry, JB Racing.
Right. The fanboys are in.
The fanboys
Actually,
are in.
that's one of my sponsors. That's Ryan. He's from Urban Framers. He's
Hey.
Okay.
a very good friend of mine.
Good
Stephen
evening.
Thompson. Okay, it's got to be a cheesy stuffed crust. See?
No, I agree.
Right.
I like a cheese. Hold on, I nearly said the wrong thing then. I like a cheesy stuffed crust, but they don't have it. So
Okay, you went for the... Okay, well, let us know what your pizza preferences are tonight. Neil Ashcroft, evening. Have I joined a food podcast? Yes, you have.
we have still got to bring an episode on food prices at circuits everywhere. We're going to do that this year.
Just paddock food.
Yeah, just paddock food. It's got to be done because some of the prices are absolutely astronomical. Don't forget, guys, to get yourself over to Hawk Motorsport as well. They are, of course, stockists for EBC Racing brake pads. Okay, and EBC being the independently owned and managed leader on the brake market, proud of its customers, its products, its success, and its people. And don't forget, we have brought you some wonderful deals from Hawk Motorsport in the past. Richard Stock there is ready to help anyone in the motorsport industry. And I tell you what, guys, that guy will go above and beyond for anyone.
He's brilliant.
Let's not get it twisted now. Richard Stock has helped out so many people in the club racing community, and long may that continue. So if you want to get yourself some good deals on the Hawk Motorsport website, I believe it's free shipping over 100 quid as well. So get yourself to Hawk Motorsport, that's Hawk with an E on the end, don't forget, .co.uk. Have a look on there and see what goodies you can buy.
Oh yeah, it's a dangerous website that.
It is a very dangerous website. Right.
You suddenly look in your basket and you're going, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, shite.
Carbon fibre helmet. All
right, let's get ourselves down to Pembrey, because I don't know if you guys were looking at the live streams at the weekend. It was glorious in sunny Wales. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, Bark descended down on Pembrey for their truck meeting. So the truck racing was absolutely phenomenal, and the pickup truck racing was absolutely phenomenal as well. You had 3 different winners, including Dale Gent on the front row there, and they're all chasing the main man, George Taricki. He is still leading the standings. Effectively, he's chased, he's been the champion the last 2 years. They did have a year off last year for COVID, but I thought the pickup truck racing was quite frenetic. Just about 20 trucks on the grid. They're a bit lower on numbers than usual, but it doesn't make the racing...
it's quite cool.
It is. It doesn't make the racing any less special.
No.
I don't know if you guys noticed it as well. I know some of you guys were working and stuff like that, but the legends weren't shown on the cast. Why was that?
Pass?
Oh, well, I did find that quite strange. It was a Bark meeting. The legends have always been on the support package with the trucks, but you never
were they
saw
there?
any of the legends.
I'll be honest,
they were there.
They were there. They just didn't show them.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's an issue with the rights or whatever.
But just quickly, I don't know who's got bird sound in the background, but that was perfect when you were like, and the legends were showed.
It could be me.
It was just quiet, and there was this bird song. That was good. Good sound effects.
Okay. Now, Chris Slater's just answered this and said they do have a TV deal. So if they've got their own separate TV deal, that's
there you go then.
That's fair enough. But I did wonder, because the Legends are normally quite good racing as well.
It's
They're
good
quite
laugh.
unique little tracks. Now, there was one star of the show at Pembury, I'm not going to lie, and it was Nelson King. All 3 races in the mini challenge for Grace Motorsport. The racing was absolutely phenomenal. We're going to see it on the Toka package later this year, but I believe he is the first driver in the mini challenge Cooper class to do the clean sweep over the weekend, and that was pole position, race win, I think fastest lap as well, and more or less every
Brilliant.
and led every lap. I mean, that guy's an absolute talent in a field full of absolute talent. A fair play to Graves. I'm seeing him later on in the week. They're absolutely cleaning up in the Cooper class this year. It's great to see. Lots of good drivers in there as well, and lots of action as well. So well done to those guys, and well done to Nelson. And the 2CVs were out as well.
Whee!
Now, Nick, don't start.
There he goes. There he is.
Yeah, well, if you look back on the timing sheets, Nicholas,
Yes.
supposedly there was a driver on the 2CV grid by the name of Nick Holmes.
Well, sorry, boys, I forgot to tell you. I was off to Pembury
Yeah,
to
you just
see what it was all about.
decided to dip your toe. Well, David O'Keefe walked away with the double, but it was good to see the 2CVs back with some decent numbers as well. As you can tell, they're very unique vehicles, and it was good to see them come back with the double. Now,
It's good.
to Cadwell Park now, something very close to your heart, Nicholas. The KAs were there.
Yay!
The KAs were there. So Callum McDougall, I hope you're watching, sir, because turn 7, you can see them in the middle there.
Yeah.
They walked away with a 3rd place podium.
Well done, mate.
More or less a capacity grid won by IP Racing. So well done, guys.
Well done.
It's nice to see Callum back up there. He's had a rotten bit of luck
Yeah,
for quite a few races now, so it's nice to see him back up there.
It was really good to see. Callum's one of the nicest guys going. He'll help out anyone in the paddock, and like you said, it's not as if they've never had the speed. They've always been up there. They've always been top 3, 100%, bang, 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 getting in the times, getting in the pace, but it's always something.
Yeah. But then,
It's
it's the joys of that kind of, because what was it? It's 5 or 6 hours?
Yeah. 5 hours of Cadwell.
It's the joys of that kind of racing, I have to say commiserations, shout out to the Octane Junkie boys. Unfortunately, they were up there as well, and power steering woes hit them. Obviously, the Moores Motors and the NJM guys. It was an unfortunate end for that one. But
unfortunate. Toby Owen.
The perks of it, isn't it?
I have to mention as well, it's a superb result for this man, Toby Owen. He says IP Racing were in a different league all day. Worthy victory. Well, Toby, well done to you guys and the Grid Finder team.
Shock.
Is that for the IP Racing?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a surprise. Nah. Oh.
We won't go into that, gents, will we? Let's not go into that. Come on, we want a good show tonight.
Let it slide.
Let it slide. We want a nice show tonight. But Toby,
it was a nice show.
Well done to yourself and to the Grid Finder team. They got themselves up to V5 in what, for 2 of their drivers, was their 2nd race, effectively.
Yeah. They did have a pretty handy driver on board, though, didn't they, as well?
Gemma Hepworth.
Yeah.
Gemma Hepworth. I mean, for someone that's won in Praga and Britcar, it's, motorsport women ambassador. Pretty handy driver to get on board your KA if you want to get yourself a good result. So,
and poor old Toby was under the weather. He was poorly as well that weekend. So, top effort, guys.
Aww.
Well done, guys. So, 24 hours at Argosy, Owen. We expect, he says they're mega effort from all our team, Tom, Chris and Jem. Yeah, no pressure, Toby, but we expect the win.
Yeah.
Bring it home, mate. Bring it home.
Anglesey win. Anglesey win.
Anglesey win. And don't forget, let us know what you like on your pizza as well.
Yes. I've still got another half of it in there, actually. I should go get it, but I can't.
Why did you only bring half?
Well, because I'm not a greedy pig.
Really? I was going to
This
say...
is a temple. Hey, look, I've got a 24-hour endurance race to do. This is a temple.
With your Strongbow.
Strongbow says differently, yeah.
I was going to say...
Look, I'm on water at the moment.
Yeah, but you're really fast in the Citroen C1, so it's fine.
And Nick looks like a giraffe. Just make sure as well, Nick, Speedo, just make sure you remember certain speeds on the speedometer, particularly as you're going into the pit lane.
Speedometer. I thought you said I had to wear Speedos.
No. No one wants to see that, trust me.
Only on the podium, Nick.
If we get a podium, I will definitely stand on it in some Speedos.
Right, guys, if we get to 500 followers on YouTube by the end of the show, Nick's got to wear Speedos on the podium. If not, we'll just make him wear them anyway.
Yeah, why not? Luke Rainbird, please don't mention Nick and Speedo together. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely with you on that one, I'm not going to lie. So the next day, the MGs descended upon Cadwell as well, and I've got to give a shout out to our friends Ian Waterhouse of Live Sport Now. He turned out some superb coverage not only on the Enduro K8 on the Saturday, the MGs were good fun to watch on the Sunday, and it was good to see. I'm going to bring up a picture now, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. Okay, so this doesn't look like much, but the man waving the checkered flag there is Mr. Peter Burchill.
Oh, yeah.
So this was quite a nice moment, actually. So Pete Burchill, at the start of the year, what a lot of people won't realise, so obviously he runs Vulcan Motorsport and he does a lot of good deals for club races. But at the start of the year, unfortunately, Peter had a stroke. And he's been recovering and recuperating from that. He's normally a competitor in the MG Cup as well, which is on that calendar with the MG Car Club. And I think the guys got together and made sure that he got to wave the checkered flag for the series he normally competes in. So
awesome.
That picture there kind of says it all. They got him up there, made sure he got to wave the checkered flag for the series he competes in, and hopefully soon he will be back on the grid where he belongs.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that's really cool.
So I like that. Warms a coppers in the heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does a bit. That's it.
The spirit of club racing right there.
100%.
Exactly. And it's good to see so many Metros out.
Yeah.
They're proper cool.
You're right there, Steph. Do you not like a Metro? just say it how it is, bud. Don't worry. Don't hold back. Metros. No, they look cool. I'd love a go in a Metro.
You'd go in anything.
Yeah. Go in anything.
It doesn't mean anything anymore when you say that.
No. Give me your race car, please. Come on.
Oh. Here we go. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was, Emma Cross has been working with the Metros for absolutely ages. And I know she's been working closely with Ian, in particular with Ian's coverage as well, to bring so much exposure to the Metros. And to have that picture, I mean, we saw Ian in the centre just bringing the sex appeal to the championship. But to have that many Metros out at a circuit like Cadwell, which, to be honest, it's in quite a far corner of the country. You don't normally get a lot of races there. It was good to see the turnout, and it was good quality racing as well.
That'd be the ideal car for Cadwell, really, as well, wouldn't they? Because it's a very narrow, twisty track.
Yeah,
and
narrow,
Metros,
twisty track.
KAs, etc., all like little cars. It's bloody brilliant.
Yeah, because normally the only other thing that really goes well around Cadwell is the two-wheel variety. So small, low power, as long as you can get fit 2 or 3 of them side by side, happy days.
Motorbiking.
Happy days. We're motoring through this racing roundup. I think we're going to have quite a short podcast today.
That's fine. That's right. I've got half a pizza in there I've got to go get, so let's round it up, boys. Come on. I've got a pizza to go.
Right, we're going to go north of the border because at the weekend as well, you may have seen from the Scottish Motorsport Club as well, from the live streams there, the modified Fords went to Scotland. And fair play, I was very impressed because traditionally, any series that goes north of the border to Knock Hill, sometimes they can struggle to get the numbers together or the quality of cars because of where it is.
Big old trek. It's a big old trek.
I think some of the guys, obviously I'm on the championship WhatsApp group, some of the guys, it took them 9 hours to get home.
Wow.
That.
I mean, looking at that grid, so you've got Malcolm Harding, smack bang, he's sort of London area, Ashley Shellswell's Northampton, Dave Barrett as well, London. Just, yeah.
Come on, Rob. Let's do where do all of the modified Fords live? That'll drag the podcast out a bit, won't it?
I'll be honest. I put the podcast together tonight. I was like, yeah, that's loads of loads of content going on there, and then it's like, oh shit, I'm motoring through this anyway. But no, to be fair, going on to the modified Fords, if you did get a chance to watch the live stream, the racing was awesome.
Yeah. Always is.
It always is. It was a highlight of the weekend because they had the Super Tourers there as well. Knockhill had the David Leslie Trophy.
Oh.
They had the C1s and the Fiesta ST Cup and the Mini Cooper Cup and all the other local Scottish championships there as well. That was fantastic racing. Mm-hmm. It needs to be brought more onto sort of the mainstream UK viewers because some of the racing up there is absolutely superb.
Knockhill is a cracking little track. I've never been, but it looks bloody amazing.
I would love to go. I think if it goes back on the calendar for next year, I will definitely be making the trip up there because it looks phenomenal.
You won't.
I will. Yes, I will.
You won't.
I don't mind.
I'll come with you. If you go to Knockhill, I'm coming with you.
Do you really think I want to sit in a van with you for 9 hours?
Yes.
We'll get to Northampton before I kill you.
No, you get to sit in the car, van, whatever, with me. It would definitely be longer than 9 hours for us. There's no way you're going to get to Scotland in 9 hours for us.
No, not when the van's limited to 68.
Google it. Google Maps it now. How long is it going to take us to get to Knockhill?
Right, okay.
You carry on, Rob. I'll do it.
Okay, right, you crack on. Ashley Shellswell, he makes a good point here. So the Super Tourers obviously were at Knockhill. The problem is only 5 Super Tourers turned up, including John Cleland. So they put the modified Fords with the Super Tourers.
Oh, really? They're on track with them.
And quite a few of the modified Ford boys overtook the Super Tourers.
Oh, dear.
If you get a chance, watch the Scottish SMRC, the SMRC stream. Okay, it's on YouTube. Get yourself on YouTube and watch it because it's quite good entertainment watching the modified Fords, including Mr. Ashley Shellswell. Okay, now he does say worth the trip, guys. One of the best tracks I've been on. He absolutely bossed it,
awesome.
And I mean absolutely. Well, he always does. You've seen how much that Sierra goes, and Ashley's a good part of that Sierra. It's a good
proper peddler.
Right, we have a pizza update.
Oh fucking hell. This was not meant to be about a pizza show.
It wasn't. Neil Ashcroft, Sainsbury's custom made, barbecue sauce, chicken, ham, and sweet corn pizza. It's the future.
It's the future. Don't worry about electric cars. Oh my god, what are you doing, Steph?
Right, okay, Steph, come on.
Hang on. Well, it's not as bad as what you think, but again, the speeds you actually be doing. So it's 7 hours, 47 minutes.
Oh yeah, great.
But the interesting thing, I've just gone on Google Maps. For some reason, the Vehicle Tech Mobile logo's just appeared on there. I mean, how cool is that?
How cool is that? Well, we'll get there in half the time with him on board.
Yeah.
That is
there an hour.
That is a long way, guys.
That is a long way, isn't it?
That is a long way. But, as Ashley Shellswell says, well worth the trip.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Let's do it. Holiday next year.
Where are the timesheets for the Knockhill meeting? I couldn't see them on TSL. No, they weren't using TSL. They were using some weird thing, smart timing, I think. Google smart timing. Yeah, smart timing. They're on there, and then they click Knockhill SMRC, and it's all on there, Nick. And you can have a gander at their timing sheets. But yeah,
look at him eyeballing.
Yeah,
Nick, I've got a little update for you. You only need 9 more subscribers, and you've got West Speedos at C1.
No way! Hang about.
In all fairness, you did sign yourself up.
Okay, so just quickly then, how many subscribers?
That's all right, dude. Anytime.
How many subscribers have we had this evening on that? Because that's worrying. Because not many people wanted to see me as Beetlejuice, but if everyone's now subscribing me to just because of my speedos, you've got a lot of people that fancy me watching.
Okay, Charlie McCready, first time watching, and a solid 5 out of 10 minutes has been about pizza. Definitely coming back again.
Hey.
That's very good, Charlie. But you haven't told us what you prefer. Okay, now we need to know what crust and what you're having on top.
Let us know. Let us know.
Thank you. Alex Bone, the Speed Hive app. So yeah, if you get a chance to go on there, have a look at the Knockhill times. Now, Ambassador alert.
Oh yes, we like these.
So Bank Holiday Monday, Civic Cup descends upon Cadwell Park as part of time attack qualifying. And our man Dan Thackeray, look at him go.
Look at him. Love an EP3.
Absolutely. As the stickers that we will be handing out, and I'll be cutting more shortly thanks to demand.
Might have to do with some extra stickers, Rob.
Nick Holmes loves an EP3. So Dan Thackeray. Bless him. So
that was quality. I did watch a live stream, and that was all 3 races were awesome.
All 3 races were absolutely fantastic. Race 2, he got 4th. Race 3 got 8th. He did start quite further back. But race 1, he only went and won it.
He bloody won it.
He did. He did.
Brilliant.
Now, there is something I need to... a Civic Challenge says here as well. Dan is a legend. He is. He is a legend.
Top lad. Top lad.
Yeah. Nick Promvaughan also says it's not racing. It's timed qualifying.
He didn't say that. He put lots of dots. You're putting words in his mouth, Rob.
We knew what he meant.
We knew what he went. So Dan Thackeray only went and won the first race in Civic Cup. It was a great drive by him. Off the start, straight away, straight past Matt Luff and Ali Camp, and those guys are absolute demons in those area motorsport Civics.
Oh yeah.
So to put it bluntly, he's not fucking about when that's happening. So he goes ahead and does that. But what a lot of people listening, hopefully on audio devices like Spotify and such later, won't realise is that there is a bit of an agreement amongst the ambassadors and with us that if you win a race or get it on the podium as an ambassador, you have to do a shoey.
Yes.
And we have the video.
Hooray!
That looks
top effort, mate. That is it. The bar has
doesn't
now
look as
been
glamorous
set.
as when Danny Rick does it.
No, it's because Danny Rick put the shoe in his lips. That was done for him. Trying to air out some of the salt on the way down.
Looking at that video, that was get this sweaty, cheesy thing away from me. And he still want to do it. But
he did it.
Hopefully you are watching tonight, Dan. But well done, mate. That was an absolutely fantastic drive at a circuit that is.
You should just as well. His Tales of Woe. The gearbox of that car was out before the race, and also someone accidentally let off his extinguisher as well.
Oh yeah.
Was it on his way to quali or on his way to the race? I think it was on the way to somewhere.
He was on the way to quali, I think.
Yeah, that
set his fire extinguisher off.
Accidentally set his fire extinguisher off, so his car was full of extinguishment as well.
I mean, if you're going to have a tale of woes and things going on, it's going to be that, isn't it? So
of course, and then to go on and win it, banging effort.
Exactly. So Luke, as Luke Rainbird puts it, shoey. He also puts hashtag Nick Holmes loves a stuffed crust.
Yes! Now that's a sticker I would support.
Dan Thackeray, thank you guys.
Yeah, he is watching.
He is watching. So
Well
done on your win, Dan. Thank you very much for the shoey, and let us know what you like on your pizza and what crust you like.
He's going to get more pizza, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Nick is going to get Vince Fitter of more win shoeys all round in a couple of weeks, boys.
Definitely. I don't think it's a couple of weeks. I think you're it's less than that now.
Or without a win there, Vince.
It's about a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's about a week and a half, so fair play.
Shoeys all round.
Shoeys all round.
100%. Let's do it.
Now, I also want to mention...
What did I miss? I saw Team Moen, but I missed it. What was said?
They basically said that your choice in pizza was absolutely disgusting. You should be ashamed to get yourself a cheese stuffed crust.
Shut up.
Fair enough. Anyway.
Shoeys all round next weekend.
Is it? Well, like you say, if you get 9 more subscribers, I'll do a shoey and a Speedos as well.
Well, if you are watching this and subscribing specifically to see Nick in Speedos, you are truly disgusting and you should be ashamed.
I think our listeners have taste, if I'm honest.
Brilliant.
No one wants to see that much hair, honestly. Anyway, Anyway,
I'll shave my bum.
8 to go.
It's coming down. Nick is about to get in. Does it have to be a podium for Nick to go in Speedos?
Yeah, it has to be a podium.
No,
it doesn't.
No.
We'll make him get on the podium in Speedos. Doesn't matter if we actually deserve it. Of course we will.
Go on, say it again, Johnny.
I said, can we at least make them like Disco Boy out of Jackass?
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh my God! Seriously, no one wants to see that much hair.
Well, guys, if you carry on subscribing to YouTube, you're gonna.
I like it. Dan Thackeray, Shuey and Speedos, surely, yes.
We're coming to win that C1 race, so watch out, guys.
Right, guys. I want to mention our other ambassador, Cameron Bell, as well, because I can't underestimate the performance he's been putting in this year. Now, bearing in mind that Cameron's first season in racing, as we saw in the Ambassador Special, was last year. First time he's been out doing any sort of racing. He had an incident at Brands. He's damaged the car, knocked his confidence a bit. He's got the car back together. And I'll be honest, for something, it appeals to my heart because it's done in the garage at home. He's got good friends supporting him and he's got the car together. So for him to go out to Silverstone, not really raced there before. The first race he gets P16. The second race he gets P19. Mm-hmm. Some of his best results in his home-built car. If you're watching, Cam, well done, mate.
Bloody mega job, mate.
Every time he gets out in the car, he gets better and better, puts a good performance in and just gets better and better and better. And not forgetting as well that the 750 MR2 series is one of the most competitive one-make series.
It's like, wasn't there like was there something like 44, 46 cars on the grid? Like last year, I don't know how many were on the weekend he just had, but
same. I mean, it's
a mega series. Series.
There's still capacity grids, so there's some shots of Cam in action with another friend of the show, Maxine.
Hey.
And the car stayed immaculate throughout as well. He announced his sponsor, Page and CRUK Chartered Accountants, as well. So that's really good for Cameron, and we're looking forward to getting him back on the show this year to
be fair, we're probably due a catch up with everyone, aren't we? Really?
We are probably.
Oh, we can do that in a couple of shows' time. What do we reckon? 4 weeks, Ambassador Special.
Yeah, we can see how everything's going.
Do it.
Yeah, why not? If Russia hasn't pressed the red button yet. Yeah.
Is that still happening?
Mate. Don't look at the news at the moment. Basically,
I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on outside of my little world.
Matt Cleary, have we all hit the like button yet? Steph, can we have an update?
I mean, we're proper dragging this show out to get there. I'll go with that.
We're still going to be on air at midnight tonight. Johnny's bored to tears already. Look at him, bless him.
6 to go.
For the record, everyone, just ladies and gentlemen, for the record, I don't actually own a pair of Speedos, so
we'll sort that out.
Someone will have to help me here.
There's enough water around Southampton to get you a pair of Speedos.
Oh dear.
Exactly. And those of them of a squeamish nature, we will let you know before Nick does the deed so you can look away. Ryan Payne actually asked, how many slices has Nick got? It's like a never-ending pizza.
Very true. If you don't know Nick, he eats extremely slow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When we go to McDonald's on the way home from a race or something, and all you want to do is get home and you just stuff it in, and then you got to sit there for a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes to wait for it to finish.
Exactly. Yep, absolutely. Right, Charlie McCready. Stuffed crust for me. I was gutted when they stopped doing half and half. Can never decide between barbecue or tomato. By the way, Nick, only 6 subscribers to go. So, Charlie's looking at the subscriber now. Now, Jamie, okay, stop lending out my Speedos. He puts here for our audio limit. Brilliant. He puts there you can borrow Rob's. No one is borrowing my Speedos, okay?
First of all, I'm not having second-hand Speedos for the record.
Yeah, first of all, they'd be like a parachute on Nick, let's be honest.
Because you've got a massive crutch area.
because of my massive ball. Although to be fair, I've lost some weight recently, so it won't be that big. But they'll certainly be bigger than what Nick's got. Nick Prawn Vaughan, I'll lend you mine, Nick.
Hey.
So at least it will still have Nick written on the front of the Speedos. It would just be
Well, it's advertised as prawn, isn't it?
That's where the nickname came from.
Oh my god, we've not even hit the 9 o'clock threshold. We're already going down a dark alley, a very very dark alley.
In Speedos.
Luke Rainbow, be right back. Just off to create a new YouTube channel.
Yes.
No.
Right.
Why has this become a feature in this series?
I don't know, but it's funny.
Let's see how we can embarrass Nick even more.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest, mate, I don't condone it, but I do entertain it, Nick. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right, before we move on, with our guest has been sat here very patiently, and we do thank you for coming on, Johnny. We do look forward to hearing your tales of woe, unfortunately, mate. Not that it's too bad. Not that it's too bad. But I just want to tell the ladies and gents at home and yourselves about Marketing Delivery. Now, Jeremy, who's been supporting our ambassadors this year, and Club Racing UK is going to be working with Club Racing UK because he has a digital marketing platform called VoiceBox that can be used with particularly the automotive sector. He's got around 390 dealerships currently that he's working with, and effectively you can use VoiceBox to send emails, SMS, schedule social media content to their customers based on what they want and the target audience. And they can see it, software as a service. They can produce that for the wider automotive industry, and the racing community is part of it, because the automotive industry and the racing community, although it's not race on Sunday, sell on Monday anymore, there are a lot of people in the paddock out there that work in the automotive industry, in particular with car dealerships. And you want to look at the proactive drivers and teams that will also be able to use the VoiceBox tool to manage their social media activity and email marketing, sponsorship proposals, newsletters perhaps that you're giving out to your people that want to know about your racing and what you're up to. So if you are interested in that, get yourself in contact with Marketing Delivery as well. They want to be involved with the automotive industry. That's where they're operating. So, as I said, how many drivers work in the industry? There were 2 on the show last time. So absolutely dozens, if not hundreds of people out there. So if you are in the automotive industry and you want to use this brilliant digital marketing platform, VoiceBox, get yourself in contact with Marketing Delivery today.
Do it.
Do it. Absolutely. And last thing, gents, as well, 4040. Oh, yeah. Marketing Delivery.
I can hear you tapping away.
Blindsided. I can't get rid of it.
Marketingdelivery.co.uk. There we go, guys. And just a reminder as well, 4040 Racing, they have still got some packages left in the Gas Shocks 116 trophy. If you'd looked on their socials as well, they've just completed another one of their beautifully prepared cars. All-inclusive package costing about $8,995, including VAT for 6 rounds. Covers your test days, entry fees, race insurance, driver coaching, all the consumables, spare parts, data and video download, absolutely everything.
And you also get to look at Jez's beautiful face.
You also get to look at Jez's beautiful face. Data and vehicle download. The only thing you've got to pay is your $750 Motor Club membership on top, and the 116 driver entry fee as well. So get in contact with 4040 Racing today and see if you can get yourself a pretty nice arrive and drive seat with those guys. So there we go. Right, Johnny, thank you so much for waiting patiently, mate. So if you guys out there haven't known or have had your head in the sand, Jonny Berry races quite an unusual car. Well, I say it's unusual. It's an Audi A3, same as Mr. Prawn. Yes, Stefan?
3 to go.
I think part of this... Part of the good thing about this podcast is watching Nick twitch in his seat. He's going to be wearing dodgy Speedos at Silverstone.
Sorry, we ruined that for Johnny there.
We have ruined
the intro.
Johnny, Sorry, mate. We didn't want to give you the thought of Nick in a pair of Speedos because no one wants to see that. But you have been embarking
Clearly
on
they
the 750 Roadsports series, okay? So you started at the end of last year. You did a bit of time attack before that as well in the same car. So tell us about your racing story so far. What inspired you, the car, everything like that. Take it away.
I'll start off plain and simple. My uncle used to be a marshal at Brands and used to be a Nürburgring. He died a few years ago, so I sort of somewhat blame him for getting me into racing and whatnot. So he used to take me to Brands to watch the touring cars and the trucks and this, that, and the other. And I always wanted to race as a little kid. I had a family friend who used to take me out in his little cart with his kids, who races classic Formula Ford.
Yeah,
and he tried to get me involved with Dad, and it just it never really worked out. We didn't really have the funds to do so back then. And I sort of thought, well, I'm an adult now, I can do this. So I sort of sold a few things, bought a car, had myself a little daily at the time. I thought I'll build it. I'll have a little track day car. Fell in love with track days after the first one, and it just became a downhill addiction, really. It sort of spiraled into racing. First time actually in a competitive timed lap scenario was Time Attack, and I didn't do too badly. The car was 4-wheel drive at the time, and it was about 1300 kg, so it wasn't the most ideal. I had no suspension set up apart from a set of coilovers. I was on 7J tyres, which are skinny for the size of the car. I basically went in with nothing, hoping for everything, and I managed to get, I think, 7th was my highest position, which wasn't too bad out of a field, I think, of 11 or 12, something like that. So I didn't do too badly. And then I moved on to, I had to fix the car. So we've done 3 different turbos, 2 engines, new suspension set up. So I had Mr. Chris Pratt himself come and give me a hand. And funnily enough, it found out that he was a sort of a family friend of my mum, or my sort of ish.
He knows everyone, that bloke.
He does.
No. The story goes, he worked with my mum, or his father-in-law, and then my mum put in a good word and asked and whatnot. So that's the story. Anyway, he came and gave me a hand at Brands and said there wasn't really much left to do. Just a few nitpicking bits and get me set up, and went to Snetterton, and ended up catching fire. Which was a deal.
That was the 750 Roadsports, wasn't it?
That was the first outing.
Yeah, because I remember watching the live feed, and it was pulled over 2 Marshall's fire extinguishers with the bonnet up. You go, shit, that's not good.
No, so it was something to do with, I think, I never actually fully diagnosed it. I just repaired it. It ended up being, I think it was my brake line, which went behind the heat shield at the back of the engine, dripped onto the cladding, which was still at the back of the engine bay as a heat protector, then set alight and smouldered because it got so hot.
Oh, shit.
So that ended SNET for me after 7 laps. New turbo again over the new year, new engine this time as well, because I ended up blowing the engine up with Mr. Prawn at Donington, of that clip where he says my name at the back straight, where come flying past me because he's so much more superior than I am.
Don't let him tell you that, mate. Don't let him tell you.
He hasn't told me. I've told him it, funnily enough. So then, after Donington, new engine, got to Silverstone. A few hiccups along the way. It became difficult because after a couple of people getting COVID, and then sort of along the process, just getting hit a lot of speed bumps along the way, it became difficult, and the car didn't really get done until about a week before the race from January. So it took a long time. And yeah, we managed 1 total lap longer than we did at Snetterton the previous year. So I'll take that as a complete win. But yeah, I mean, the car felt solid. I qualified 20th out of 41 in my first proper quali, as it goes. And then I think what we understand is the ECU's bricked. So don't know how it's done it. Not really too sure. It's going to get repaired tomorrow. with an auto electrician because I don't know anything about electrics. So see what happens. Really, it's so far with a car that I've had my friends help build, a little bit of help from Mr. Prawn and Mr. Gooch along the way. You know, it's one of those things you can't help but have your friends around you.
That's it. Motorsport's fun, isn't it? Drug addictions would definitely be far better.
Well, let's go. So let's go on to going on to the car itself. I mean, I've got a lovely picture of it here. I mean, that looks like Druids.
It is.
Absolutely. I think that's in what you call send it mode.
It was.
Now,
yeah.
Nick Prawnborn does say here, who the hell would race an old Audi A3?
The original intention was to buy an A4 and go Super Tourer. That was the original intention. But at that price that I wanted an A4, I didn't have the funds to buy one, so I opted for an A3 and tried to do.
So you just cut the boot off.
Yeah, trying to do what Mr. Cogswell's done.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Oh, that's the only photo that I got from Silverstone as well.
Oh. So it's gone well for you then. So I mean, let's talk about the car a bit more then. So what's the spec of the car and what's your sort of aim for it?
The aim is to stay where it is at the moment because I can't. It's difficult because the position that I'm in is I can't afford too much more. So if I then just keep ploughing, we're going to get into thousands every weekend, which is just unattainable. I can't do that without more support from probably about another 3 or 4 people. I mean, I've got a lot of support already. I've got Helix Auto Sport on board, which have helped me out massively this year. I've got Urban Framers. I've got Chris from All Square. I've got Hazy Photography, who come and does all my candid photos of my ugly face around the paddock. And I've got A&R Transport. So these boys have helped me out, or boys and girls have helped me out massively, get me to where I need to be, even on the grid. Mm-hmm. So the car in itself is a KO4 064, so off the Mark 4 GTI. Oh, sorry, Mark 5 GTI. It's a forged engine with nothing else but the rods done. So just a bottom end forge, really. Standard intake, bigger intercooler, stripped out, as you'd imagine. There's not really much to it. It's just standard bolt-ons that you can do and then mapped by Devil Developments. So it's at 298 at the minute, and it's about 400 foot-pound.
What is it with those?
Newton meters and 300 foot-pound.
What is it with those Audi engines? They're clearly very good. That's good figures.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. It held its own for a little while. And I'm hoping to get out properly and be competitive for brands because that is my home circuit. Yeah. And know I can be fast there because I did beat Mr. Go in a time previous year with the car as less modified as his. So I know I can do the time. It's just now proving myself and getting out there and showing that I can do it to everyone that's backing me already.
Yeah.
No,
go for it,
absolutely.
man.
I mean, to be honest, I saw you at MSV Live last year, and you could see you had a good little click around you to sort of help you progress with the car. And I can empathise with you with the fact that it's the same. I mean, Nick will probably feel the same as well. Steph will feel the same. I think the best way to describe it is growing pains. Because as much as we all love motorsport, no one prepares you as much for when it goes really shit.
No, there's no way to describe. Everyone says, take pigeon steps, baby steps. But unless you're chucking everything you've got at it, then baby steps isn't going to get you anywhere. Baby steps almost takes you backwards slightly.
Yeah.
And that's the difficulty of it, is you want to be competitive. Let's look at Jack Kitch again. Seen he's in the comments.
That Audi looks good in my rearview mirror, he says.
And do you know what? It looks better in the pits and on the back of a recovery truck. So it's not too bad. No, I mean, all fairness to Jack. Jack's was his first time out at Silverstone as well. And I think he managed 5th or 6th or something like that. He's also sponsored by A&R as well. And Jack's a very good driver, and so is his co-driver. And fair play to that car built by Elite. It's a very, very fast car, and it's a very well-built car. Can't deny that at all. So he's on the same journey that I am, and he's doing a little bit better than me at the minute.
The funny thing is, when we announced we were having you on the show, he did message us and said he wanted to come on the podcast. So he is going to go on the list of
Yeah.
people to come onto the podcast and
Yeah.
tell us about their racing journey.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, he couldn't come on tonight because he's busy fixing military helicopters.
Oh,
How cool is that?
that sounds pretty important.
That does sound pretty important. So,
The
fair
bad thing is he doesn't get to fly them and test drive them afterwards.
Now, Johnny, you don't get away that easy because what do you do for a living?
So I fix fire engines. It's like,
Hey,
Yeah.
So I get to do anything from what's called Weber equipment. So that's your jaws of life or your cutting equipment to save people from cars.
okay.
We service all of those in-house. We build, modify everything you can possibly imagine on a truck, from servicing all the way through up to major repairs. Boats, ladders, cars, anything you can imagine to do with the fire service. We get to play with it and do it and whatever else. So it has its perks. You get to do your blue light license. So you get to test vehicles on blue lights. You get your lorry license. I've been qualified to do my, what do you call it, your forklift license. And I can service all the equipment. So quite happy with where I am at the minute. But do you know what? It's so rewarding because you get people that don't know you who think you're a firefighter, but then actually, do you know what? You tell them what you do, and you think you're almost as important as a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
You're keeping
Can't
them...
fight fires if they ain't got the equipment.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Funny enough, there was a little person that on this podcast that might know where I work because they used to come and visit where I work.
Oh,
You remember
I
that
couldn't believe that. To be honest, yeah, it was only because you put a story up one day and I was like, I recognise that area.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, so are you still in the workshops on that old Victorian mansion, literally in the middle of the estate, sort of Reigate way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to go, your stores area in there, we used to have a truck in there that I went in and serviced. I mean, they had that for 30 odd years. And when you go in there and you see the equipment and everything being done, it's just phenomenal. But I will say they were the best customers to look after because you'd ring them when you're about 5 minutes out and say, right, I'm on my way, service your truck, blah, 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 PM service, whatever. And they go, yeah, absolutely. And you would have a cup of coffee sat there waiting for you when you turn up. Everything's turned out. You just look after.
It's like that sort of etiquette across the service is normally recognised.
Yeah.
It's first things first, do you want a cup of tea? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
That's normally the flight. So when I go out with one of the 24-hour on-call guys, when they're on call, it varies. We have 5 people that go out 24 hours a day that look after anything that's required. They service and repair anything on the road, no matter what it is. If the truck needs to come in and do a changeover for something else, they'll do it by themselves. It's phenomenal what these guys actually do. And that etiquette across the board of having a cup of tea, no matter who you are, you'll get offered a cup of tea. And it's really
I like it.
I'd say, like, across any walk of life, firefighters and the fire service personnel just in that industry are the best people you could come across. Absolute salt of the earth people. When you look at the job they do, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
They like to sit around, these boys.
So have you had a lot of support from those guys with your racing? Do they know a lot about it? Or?
They do and they don't. So my boss is a Mark II fanatic. He loves a Mark II Golf. And then one of the other guys, he's very much Mark II as well, but he's got a GTI Club Sport that's 400 and something horsepower. So we're all into our modified cars. There's some military guys as well. So they've got like an old Gaz, which I never knew what it was until he told me about it. Is that you trying to get your Mark II out to show everybody you have
Mark II? It's Mark II.
No, that is a picture of Nick's first race actually in the Team Mark II Golf.
Yeah.
Good. I've lost track where I was now. Thanks, Nick.
Sorry, mate. I just heard Mark II. I was like, oh, Mark II.
So, yeah, I mean, yes, the boys like their modified cars and that we do a lot of stuff on site. So if we need a hand, then they'll give a bit of sort of knowledge, but it's got to remain semi-professional because keeping your work life and fun life is a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I can understand that. So obviously, moving forward, so you're getting the car sorted, you had the ECU issue. So what's your plan this year? Is it an exclusive Roadsports, or are you going to travel around, try a few different series? Or
So I'm going to finish off a Time Attack this year. So I'll do the last 2 rounds of Time Attack, and I'm going to do 3 more, potentially 4 more races, depending if 750 give me some of the money back for Silverstone. then I might go do another round with them, or I'll branch off, go somewhere else.
Okay.
I'd like to try and actually join Dan at the new Roadsports competition, Club Sports, I think it's called.
Yeah, the BRSCC Club Sport.
Yeah, I'd like to give that a try, just to branch out, because I'm not many people are aware, but I went to school with Dan.
Okay.
Me and Dan were in the same school year at the same school, so it's nice to have a friendly face on the grid that 9 out of 10 times you would never normally have unless you met them through racing or a family friend or whatever else. So yeah, it's nice to have someone that I know personally on the grid and not just my friends in the paddock.
Oh, nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
No, it's good. I mean, to be honest, it was a reason we want to get you on is to, unfortunately, just put out there. Albeit everyone takes a piss out of us three because we start racing and things go wrong and things continue to go wrong, and you try and put them right, and it happens all across the club racing sector. But it's how you come back from it. And to be fair, it's you're an absolute advert for persevering and carrying on and keeping going. And you'll get there. I mean, 300 horsepower out of an Audi A3 is absolutely astonishing anyway. And I think you'll get better and better as the years go on, and that result will come one day, so keep plugging at it. But just another look. The car looks beautiful. It's immaculately turned out.
There's a few marks on it next time you do get close, but don't look too close.
If it passes the 10-metre rule, you're fine.
I drove it to Brands for time attack, and as I got to the Hindhead Tunnel, as I was joining the A3, the bonnet flew up. So if you go back to that picture at Druids,
okay, right,
and then you have a close look at that bonnet.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you can still see the reminiscence, and then the corners of the top of the bonnet by where I'm sat as well. You can see a little flick up.
Yeah.
That's
dear. Who didn't put his bonnet catches down?
That would be I. But again, that happened to somebody else at Silverstone this weekend, or a week or 2 weeks ago. Someone else went out in qualifying in a Mini, and I think what I understand is their bonnet flew up. So,
did they actually make it round qualifying?
I'm not sure. I think they had to call it a day.
That happens a lot in a Mini, doesn't it, Steph?
It's a Mini thing. You get used to it.
Must be a Mini thing. Jonathan Morris does comment as well, flying the Helix flag, so they've been big supporters of you from sort of day one. So how did you sort of start a relationship with those guys?
So I ended up buying a clutch online, ended up sending it back because it wasn't exactly the right one. I then contacted them directly and said, look, I need a clutch for this. They said, okay, no worries, we'll get you one sent. It'll be X amount. I said, look, do you mind me asking, do you do sponsorship? So I'm looking to go racing. This is what I've got. And they basically said, do you know what? Yes, we do. We've got 3 packages for you. And they offered me the 3 packages. I took the full sponsorship. And then part of the deal is I turn up. I go to events like tracks, something like Autosport.
Yeah,
those along those lines. Obviously, if I get chosen, then I'll turn up, give them the car for the weekend, come and collect the car at the end of the weekend, or track them, this, that, and the other. So as it goes, Helix are phenomenal in every which way, to be honest. Their little get-up is, or not little, their get-up is insane. You go to visit them, and Danny, the lovely girl that looks after me and looks after some of the other drivers as well, also Mr. Fiesta Club Racer, as we know.
Yeah.
He and I haven't actually met him yet, but we go for a tour around Helix. Everything is in-house in Banbury. From billet alley to all of the clutch kits. It's absolutely insane. So next time you guys come across Danny, we'll see if we can get something organised to take you up there and show you around.
Yeah, do it. I love a factory tour.
It's absolutely insane. I took my brother up there. He was lost for words. I was lost for words. Like you think you know something, and then you walk around with Danny, and you sort of think, "Oh shit, I don't know as much as I thought I knew."
No.
Yeah, it definitely puts you in your place into knowledge. But these guys work absolute magic. They can turn around. They're one of the only places in the country that can balance clutches and check if they're in balance. And it's all built in-house by the owner.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
cool.
it's a phenomenal get-up. So.
Well, there you go, guys. Check them out.
There we go. Check out Helix Autosport. Jack Kitcher. He must be on about the Mini. Oh, it flew up. They didn't partake. Sadly, the bonnet and windscreen were ruined. It's unfortunate when you have weekends that start like that. So, is there any other sponsors? Anyone you want to shout out about Jonny tonight? Now is the chance.
So, if you don't know, I'm sponsored by Helix Autosport, Urban Framers. Urban Framers is one of my long time friends. His name's Ryan. He's out of near Brands Hatch. He does picture framing. No matter what you've got, the guy is absolutely incredible. Does it all by hand. It's him and one other guy, and he's always one of his feet. And if you want some really, really good quality picture framing, make sure you get in contact with @Urban Framers. The one that we all know, which is this one here, which is Mr. Chris Pratt, all square.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a nice bloke, actually.
He's a top bloke.
Yeah, really, really nice bloke.
He's not watching tonight, though.
No,
Vicky is.
Not. Oh, Vicky. Well, that's the better half of the team, anyway.
There we go.
He's off to Monaco, isn't he?
Is he?
He's not.
So then you've got A&R Transport. Myself and Jack Kitch, both sponsored by Ryan from A&R Transport. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Chris. Thought I'd put that in.
Evening.
A&R Transport do enclosed and unenclosed, if that's the way you want to use it. Trailers down the country. Yeah, that'll do. And he's really relatively reasonably priced. And then last but not least, Hazy Photography. Again, one of my good friends. He very incredible with a camera for candids and whatnot. And he's an up and coming photographer that is well priced. So
Awesome.
There we go, Jonny. So yeah, there we go, guys. A tale of woe, but it will get better, Jonny. Don't worry about that. Do keep us updated. Do still keep tuning into the podcast because we will be delivering on how you're getting on throughout the year, and maybe we'll have you back on towards the end of the year. Nick?
Yeah,
the thing is, I mean, that's why we got you on, Jonny, because at the end of the day, it's a very similar situation to all of us. We're all humble racers that build your own cars, race it as best you can at the weekend, and shit does go wrong. And you're just the epitome of a club racer, like the rest of us. So it was just nice to get you on and see your angle of it, because a lot of people do think, oh, I've got to be minted, oh, I've got to do this, oh, I've got to go and buy the best car, oh, I've got to do this, got to spend all this money on doing this, and this.
Yeah.
Where in actual fact, there's certain people like the guys in us. I know I speak for myself here. In my situation, Rob's situation, Steph's, and everyone's. Not everyone can do that, but you can still go racing by building your own car bit by bit.
It's difficult because, I mean, the young people that are trying to come through, I run some numbers. I sat down and I just sort of plucked some numbers out of air. And I think racing, you need some coin in your back pocket. There's no doubt about that to get started. You need some coin. And it's hard to keep it going because, I mean, 4 races with Roadsports is, I think, £1,400, which isn't too badly priced.
No, but that's £1,400.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm 25. I'm trying to save to move out with my other half. And it's one of those things. Do you have £1,400 sat in your pocket ready to go for race entries at this early on in the year? Can
I just say you can't race a house?
Yeah, very true. Patrick Seal. Yeah, Patrick Seal does make a good point here as well. It's just me and you, Nick. Steph has a house with a name. He's minted.
Oh yeah. To be fair, Steph.
Someone did come at me with a sticker suggestion of hashtag Steph's butler drives a Tesla. I may run that on the Focus this year. I haven't decided yet. So if you are up for that, ladies and gentlemen, let me know.
Rob, you need a panel for the antics of stickers.
Don't encourage him.
Me and Nick have come up with a good idea for a new one-make series.
What's that?
A Toyota Prius.
Yes. Only because they're going to be coming up relatively cheap at the moment, aren't they?
It won't be an endurance race, though, I don't think.
It's the future. No.
Oh, it must be. It must be.
Hybrid cars.
Houses have numbers, mansions have names. Yes, remember that.
You're getting mugged off now, Steph. How's it feel, motherfucker?
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned. But no, seriously, Jonny, thank you for coming on. We will keep an eye on your progress, and by all means, still put yourself out there, because at the end of the day, what you're doing is sharing the experiences of a vast majority of club racers. It's not all glamorous. You will get there, and it'd be good to see it happen see the glory come when it does.
Well, thank you, gents. I really appreciate it, and thank you for letting me on tonight. And thank you, everyone that's watching, for your continued support. I really appreciate it.
No worries. So, if we need to get hold of you on social media, it is at Audi_Club Racer. Get yourself on Instagram and watch what Jonny is up to. He does some pretty cool firefighter stuff on there as well. All the equipment he looks after, just the stories that come up. It's like, wow, fair play.
There was one which I didn't really post up because I wasn't necessarily allowed to, but we have what's called a TL and an ALP.
Okay.
Turntable ladder and aerial ladder platform. Both go up to 136 feet in the air, something stupid like that. Me and one of my colleagues were holding hands across 2 platforms at 120 feet in the air, and he was trying to pull me across and stepping across from one platform to another, which was, I think it was, that is the expression. Yeah.
I like that. Fair play. Chris Blakey. Nail on the head. All the best cars are built in single garages with blood, sweat, and tears. Tears is certainly the thing.
Too right.
Yeah.
Many quivering lips.
Many things. Right. The only thing that's left in
we need to make that a proper feature. We'll make that a Club Racing UK feature.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
True Club Racer. There you go, Steph. Some more vlogging for you.
Thanks.
Another new series coming to your YouTube.
Is there an update, Steph, by any chance?
Tomorrow
What
night?
update would you like? What's up and coming?
Preferably the YouTube one. I think everyone's waiting for the YouTube one.
Oh, sorry, that one.
The actual YouTube one. Fuck off.
I'm afraid it's stalled with 3 to go, I'm afraid. We're going to have to do some more plug-in and drag this podcast out a bit longer.
No.
Tell you what, if we give it until tomorrow morning, so 9 o'clock tomorrow
Fuck off!
morning.
You can't just keep moving the goalposts.
What about if we move it till qualifying of the 24-hour race?
Honestly, guys, you
are.
are.
If you are watching, listening to this podcast, guys, on all good audio outlets like Spotify, Amazon Music, and such like, and you want to see Nick in a pair of Speedos at the C1 24-hour race in just over a week's time, first of all, you're disturbed, and secondly,
I was going to say,
3 more subscribers on YouTube. We need 3 more subscribers.
With 3 more, we've hit 500 subscribers on YouTube.
I know.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
What? That'd be an awesome milestone, that one.
Do we start earning money yet?
No.
No. Fucking hell, this is such a long slog.
Yeah. You'll get to 1,000 for that.
Oh.
Well, you got to start upping your game, Nick. Get some more subscribers.
Oh, I'm sure you guys will mug me off next show as well.
And the show after that, and the show after that, and the show after that, and the show after that.
Dickheads.
No, there we go, guys. Well, everyone, that was a very laid-back show tonight, so it's time for any other business before we head off, gents.
I was going to say, join us for our next show in 2 weeks' time, where we'll be talking to the PDC racing team.
Yes.
We're going to try and do that more, actually. We're going to pre-plan our shows so a week in advance.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you've enjoyed this show, next week we'll be talking to PDC Racing.
Not next week, the week after.
Oh, yes. How about Stefan Bikini at 550 subscribers? Yeah. Let's do it. There we go.
Why are we telling on me? Let's not do that.
Oh, no. Let's not.
It's much funnier when Nick's doing it.
It is much funnier, to be fair. Well, is that all?
What's that?
What we got? Yes.
Yeah.
What? Oh, is that a Dickie Bow?
Reasonably priced as well. £7.85.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. It's not going to happen because this show is going to end pretty soon, and we've only got. We haven't got 3 more subscribers. What a shame.
3 more subscribers, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, everyone.
Move the date.
No, it's the end of the show. Job done.
For God's sake, such a sport, Nick. Well, if that's every other business, gents.
Hang on.
Hang on. Patrick Seal, Rob getting a mullet at 600.
Yes. That. Do you know what? I
We'll
really
back that
want the
one.
mullet, but unfortunately, I can't.
Nick trying to grow a mullet would be there.
If I could grow hair,
We could get one of those stick-on ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. No, I want a real mullet, but unfortunately,
That's not going to happen, is it?
no. I've got more chance of pissing on the moon.
Well,
What happens if you went Mr. Burns?
You know what?
What happens if you went like Mr. Burns?
If I went like Mr. Burns,
Yeah, all right, just around the side.
oh, it does. You can see it actually. I'm long overdue. Hold on, which way am I going to turn my head? That way. I'm overdue a shave. Huh?
You're overdue a shave.
I'm overdue a shave.
Nick, can you just Nick, can you just do something quickly for us? Just put your hands together and go, excellent.
No, I'm not a performing monkey. I'm not going to do as you ask. Okay.
Civic Challenge subscribed.
I'm sick to the back teeth for being taken the piss out of.
2 to go.
2 subscribers to get Nick in a mankini at the.
I'm going to go and unsubscribe. Hold on. I'm going to fucking get lost.
So speaking of videos, don't forget tomorrow night it will be the weekly Club Racing UK video release.
Yes.
So what's happening this week, Stefan?
It's the latest update on the Mini. I say latest. It's the latest to YouTube. It's a little behind, but enjoy. It's when we did our test at Brand, so another cracking video. And then the week after that, because we're not going to see that, will be the latest update on the Vectra. So tune in for that one, which will be
there is
a
an
week
update
tomorrow.
for it. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. That's
There we
what's
go,
up and
gents.
coming.
Yeah.
That's what's up and coming. Okay, one final.
Make
check
sure
on
you
the
subscribe so you don't
tomorrow.
miss it.
Yeah,
And
make sure you
get
subscribe.
Nick and Mankini.
Right, one final count before the show airs. Comes off air.
Still 2 to go.
Still 2 to
Cat-
go. Well, get yourself
Cat needs letting out.
some
yeah.
subscribers on there, gents. Right, that's all. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
come on,
Jonny
can
Berry.
it? Cat show's over. Everyone's bored and gone home. That's why we're not getting any subscribers, because no one else is listening.
That's very
I
true.
think everyone that's watched has subscribed.
Thank you very much, Jonny
But-
Berry, for watching tonight.
Yes, thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, gents.
I just want to say as well, thank you to everyone who is supporting the YouTube channel, the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, and everyone who supports Club Racing UK. A huge thank you. I know we dick about and have a bit of a laugh here, but it is very much appreciated.
Also, you could head to our website and purchase some merch.
Yeah, you could do that too.
There we go, guys. Right, so I've been your host, Robert Lewis, with the gruesome twosome. That is Stefan Marsh and Nick Holmes. I haven't used that analogy in a while. And Jonny Berry, thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been the Club Racing UK podcast with Silver Lake. Good night.
Good night, everyone.